Hello, all you good sports fans out there. Now I want to show you. Think of this. It's a new intro to the show, and here it goes. Now watch this, everybody. Comment below on what you think of it. It's a new intro. It's cool. Listen to this. All right, watch this now. Yeah, look at that. It's hard to. All right, everybody. That was the new fancy intro I'm going to try next time. Hope you like it. And now I will go over some topics. Well, first, let me continue on my screed. Is that what we call them nowadays? My screed, man. It deserves another day of dealing. It's called Birthright Citizenship, an attack on it. It's so appalling and so shocking and so vulgar. It's against everything we ever believed in. We get everything that made the United States the greatest place. All our hopes and dreams. But the greatest hope and dream was that if you were born in this country, uh, my speech against the horrors, I say, of trying to question the 14th Amendment and birthright citizenship in the United States, you might as well question all men are created equal, and might as well question that we are born with certain inalienable rights. Because man, that's wrong. You don't do that. What's the point of being a United to our lives now and the millions of Americans yet to be born? All right. I don't know how that needs any more explaining, but Mr. Big Shot tried to put a executive order throwing the idea of it in question. Even this horrible court of six cucks, as they say. Excuse my language, but there's no other way to say it. Even they might not be able to break how literal the wording is. And it would take not enough time to overturn the amendment and would not get 2/3 in any house or of any states. Okay. That's my little speechifying to open the segment. Now I would like to speak with something about yesterday. I think it was yesterday's press conference. The Ravens did their end of season state of the team. Well, there wasn't a lot of pageantry and it wasn't a lot of stagecraft. It was just Eric DaCosta and Coach Harbs on about a 47-minute questions and answers. And I believe that they made me feel better about the team. I was getting sour thinking that what do we have to do to win the Super Bowl? And the one thing that I was afraid that they wouldn't address, they addressed by saying they can't throw these. They can't lose games that they shouldn't lose. They shouldn't. They can't be thrown away. They can't start 0-2. They can't be losing to the Raiders in September. They can't be losing to Cleveland. You know, these losses add up, and it gives them doesn't let them get home field. And just ask Kansas City if having home field advantage is helpful. So they said that something about that. But let's talk about other things they talked about. First of all, there were some questions about Mark Andrews, and John Harbaugh said, Mark Andrews is one of the great players in the NFL, one of the best players. And he was took all accountability for his drops and his fumble. Like we was discussing earlier here at the studio. If it wouldn't have been him, it would have been somebody else. They have to blow these teams out. They have to play perfect, and they have to get home field for them to get to the Super Bowl. No other way. All right. Now, to further discuss. So, Mark Andrews, yeah. Disappointing, but nobody more disappointed than Mark Andrews. He really had a great year, though. He came back this year, I thought. All right. What else? Lamar. Somebody asked a question. Hey, does this put a kind of a dark light on Lamar? His performances in the playoffs? Well, as Eric DeCosta said, that if he had his choice of any player in the NFL, he would choose to have on his team. The first person he would choose is Lamar. And he believes that every team in the NFL would say the same thing. So, and he's right. He's right. Lamar's the best quarterback in the league. And he's got to keep fighting. They're going to come back and they're going to keep fighting. Remember, they always talk about, so the Ravens Super Bowl, 28 for Dilfer, and 20 was 28 years old, and Flacco was 28 years old when he led the Ravens. But as we remember, that was sort of the peak. Trent Dilfer wasn't even on the team the following year, and Joe Flacco was never. He got a big contract after this year. Great, Joe Flacco, great and all, but he was never as good as he was that year. Lamar has yet to peak, so I'm all for that. I agree with him on that one. Some people asked about the offensive line. They said somebody named Roger. Hey, Fairley, who's Roger on the offensive line of the Ravens? Roger Rosengarden. Garden. He might end up being the left tackle next year, the right tackle. He might have to take Ronnie Stanley's place, as Ronnie Stanley might not be on the team because of contracts. Looks like Ronnie Stanley will probably contract casualty. But Roger Lynn, what's his name? Rosengarden, they say, has a bright future. So that's good. They are building a great they are building a top offensive line. The Patrick McCarry, he might also not come back. They said contract problems or something. They didn't use him as much this year, but he's great. Now they were talking about yeah, that's true. Offensive linemen are the most coveted besides quarterback. And they talked about the coaching staff, and John Harbaugh and they both said, John Harbaugh and Eric DeCosta said that they're happy for any coach on the team who gets a job, but they're sad to see him go. So they're rooting for them, but they're feeling bad at their loss, but get somebody else to replace him. A lot of good coaches on the staff, so a lot of coaches are probably going to get looked at in for other teams. Then the question was, you're going to bring in a kicker because of Justin Tucker's struggles like in midseason. And okay, Justin Tucker hasn't been quite himself over the last several seasons, but at the press conference, they said, they're open to that idea, but as far as they can see, not only is he the best kicker in NFL history, but he finished strong. And he probably, most likely, almost certainly being the starter when the season starts next year. And they wanted to give props to Rashad Bateman, Derrick Henry, and Kyle Van Noy for their performances. And like I said before, they talked about the consequences of starting 0-2, getting off to a lazy start. They can't do that. They've got to win 15 games if they want to make advances in the playoffs. They got to get 1 week off maybe and home field throughout if possible. But John Harbaugh, he gives all the good. He always has the good answers, and I feel confident in John Harbaugh for next year. They were all focused on putting together a better team. They're the best team in the league this year, but they didn't win. But next year they got to be the best and perform, have the best record. All right, they talked about somebody named Darius. Who's Darius? Undrafted free agent. Darius? Adarius? Darius Slater was an undrafted free agent. That's what I'm not sure who it was. We're not sure. But somebody named Darius who was a restricted who was a undrafted uh, player for the team is going to be a restricted free agent, they said. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Well, I'll get clarification on that after watch this press conference again. That means the Ravens can match the offer. Let me look on Darius on the Ravens. What does that mean? Who were they talking about? Um, let's see here. No, not a Darius Washington. Is that who it is? Darius Washington? Or Darius? Safety? He on the team this year? Yeah, that's it. Darius Washington. Darius. Uh, he's a safety for the Ravens, and he also is good on special teams. And they talking about that he's promising for his being on defense. Come on now, get down now. All right, and there's creatures here. There's a creature here. He might be a starter next year. This is a creature. What do you say, creature? Are you a creature? Are you a creature? You over here? Okay. This is a creature. Hey. This is Oh, sorry. Oh, wait. All right. This is an animal. Oh. This is an animal. An animal has ruined the set. An animal has attacked the set. A beast, you see, is in the studio, is destroying the recording of the podcast. But now she has run somewhere else and she is gone. But that doesn't mean that she wasn't here. And she didn't cause a great deal of destruction. She can't help it, though. Her heart's in the right place. She's a Ravens fan, and she hates all this attack on birthright citizenship. Mhm. All right, well, that's all for this evening's podcast. Please like and subscribe, and then you will be part of the late night Baltimore family. Yeah. All right. We're all renewed confidence in the Ravens. They're coming back next year, and they're going to be better than ever. Let's hope that the Lamar wins MVP. I don't know when they announced that stuff. Okay, so the end of the season press conference was just DaCosta and Harbaugh, and they all gave some good. It went well. It was good. I like the answers they gave. You can't really affect the outcomes, as they say. You can only affect your effort. That's all you can control. And they got the best damn effort in the whole league. Mhm. All right, everybody. You all have a lovely evening. Like, subscribe, and share. Because we got to expand to 10 million viewers. The Late Night Baltimore, the greatest podcast of all time. We got news, and we got sports, and we got opinion. And we give you insight you'll never get. All right. Everybody stay inside, stay warm, and we will see you later. On the flip side. End.